All right. Now moving on, let's explore more of this dungeon. Oh, the safety core that I activated. Yeah. So normally when you access one of these those shards, sometimes a battle can ensue before you can get the data to it. But however, the safety core, this right here, uh, will prevent any battles from happening when you access the astral data. So this is very useful in dungeons because sometimes, like you just saw there, a card will drop, and some of these cards are really good. Now I'm gonna go to my card menu. This isn't finalized. This menu you see here, I still have to make it pretty, so to speak. But the function of this deck building scene is sound. Uh, just find what I actually grab. There we go. All right, so yeah, that's the card I just got. Oh, and also you can see your deck, what you have equipped in each deck that you have. And by pressing the shoulder buttons on a controller or the page up, page down button on your keyboard, you can cycle between your combat decks, and you can see all the artillery slots or all the card slots for your deck. Right now, I only have 5 cards equipped, and that's all you need for a deck to function. You really only need 3 cards for a deck to actually work. And so yeah, but these decks you unlock over the course of the game, but you always start off with the combat deck. So yeah, so let me continue on. And these dungeons really aren't too elaborate either. Like, it's pretty hard to get lost in them. There's only a few maps per dungeon. There's a few hidden passageways, but overall they're not like crazy elaborate. The real challenge is picking and choosing your fights with these crystals. That's what the real challenge is, not so much navigating the dungeons. In fact, I purposely made the dungeons easy to navigate because you have to quickly go back and forth between each crystal to make sure that, well, you know, just to make certain decisions on what you really want. Because all this is, these crystals and these effects, it's just prep work for the sequence stage. Because the sequence stage is like the real final challenge of the dungeon, and you always want to go into the sequence stage with the best effects that you can get in each dungeon. And I plan on having a healthy amount of dungeons in this game, at least. Well, I'm aiming for 10. I'm aiming for 10 minimum, but we'll see. Hopefully, I can squeeze in more. This is the first dungeon I crafted with this system, and if the system was actually relatively easy to implement, and these maps, even though they look elaborate with the parallax effects, they're not hard at all. At least not at this point for me, since you know I know the formula of how to make these maps and all that. I guess what really makes these crafting these dungeons, the bulk work of it is the enemies, like the battles in the sequence stage. But we'll see. But yeah, like I said, at least 10 dungeons going forward. So now let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and access this. I'm gonna swap out this health boost for some more strength. Yeah, because attack power is really strong in this game. You really want attack power. If you have the defense, like if you can protect yourself in battle, you want to do as much damage as you possibly can. This game heavily rewards high damage. So go ahead and took him out. That guy's pretty tricky to get rid of. Second wave. Yeah, these enemies aren't too tough. And it really helps that I have my companion in this dungeon, because they really help in with the damage. And you always have access to your companions in these dungeons, so you'll pretty much never be alone in these. In fact, I actually got to make, I think I have to make a tweak that I forgot to make. Yeah, because when you actually enter these dungeons, there's going to be like story involved and all that. I'm just showing you the function of everything. Yeah, but there's story and everything. This guy will not die. Yeah, this guy actually has an ability that heals him whenever he hits you, even if he hits your shield, so that's why he's taking so long to die. But right now, my deck isn't the best. Oh, he's dead now, should be. Oh my god, he has like one speck of health left. Alright, got rid of him. There's actually a setting I forgot to make to Afida. At this point of the story, yeah, this is actually her the debug for her companion points, and at this point of the story it's supposed to be 30, and the higher this number is, the more frequently she comes in to help you with the team attack, like when they both jump and they swing the double axe attack. That's what that affects. Sometimes she comes in and like when I use a certain like a card ability, she'll follow up it. That doesn't affect that. That's just the character. That's just something the character does on their own. But the actual the double team attack. That's when you build your friendship with these side characters. That increases the frequency of that, and they'll use stronger attacks or stronger, versions of those attacks the higher it is. And you built that up over the course of the game by like spending time with them and stuff, which I'll showcase in another devlog. All right, so we have two. Actually, let me see here. Something else I forgot actually, and it is Keiko. This card here. This is actually the first Mega class card. As you can see, this green slot here. This is the first one you get. You'll see it come into play in a minute. But yeah, so I have those in, and actually let's go one screen down. Let's run from this battle. And this is actually the final map of this zone, because if we go down here, there's nothing programmed yet, but when we go down here, we'll have the option to go to the sequence stage. Now, the only time you can save it is when you're getting ready to go into the sequence stage. It'll ask you to save. Either to save or leave. And if you leave, you'll keep all your items, but when you come back into the dungeon, all of your crystal effects will be reset to what they were when you first entered last time. So you'll have to redo all the crystal fights again. And obviously the crystal fight rewards won't be there a second time. Like you can only get them once. And yeah, so there's no saving in any other instance of this dungeon. But like I said, you can just run straight down here because as you saw, I didn't really have to do anything. I just ran straight here. So yeah, when you enter a dungeon, you can run straight here, and it'll prompt you to ask you if you want to save right before you go to the sequence stage. You can do that, and then for the sequence stage, if you die, you just have to reload your save file. But if you get to the boss, you'll be able to retry the boss from the sequence stage up to that point. So, and the reason I did that is because you're way more likely to die during the boss fight because they have a lot of insta kill mechanics. You have to learn a lot for the boss fights. It's nothing like overwhelming, but you want something where you can die easily. Then you have to redo the stage all over again, or you can just retry it. It will dock your score at the end of the sequence stage if you die on the boss, but you'll still be able to progress through the game even if you die on the boss. All right, so we have a few things here, like this access thing here, but we're going to hold off on that, and we're going to actually add a crystal slot first. With this here.